Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing with World of Warcraft Hardcore playthrough on our warrior Syken Stomps actually. We are in the hinterlands and today's episode will revolve around us maneuvering through this lands. We are at 48. The perfect dungeon for us would be Zul'Farrak now, but I guess that late in the day there is a little chance of finding a group, not even a healer in our level range, so not happening. We would have quite a few quests that we would need to do before going here from Zul'Farrak, but it is what it is. The reality is server is empty, so I'm just going to play solo and will not care a lot. We got a quest that sends us over here. A sticky situation. So this whole quest line that we just started was originally an Orgrimmar quest line. But there is a little bit more to the quests here. We are starting with the Witherbeck skulls and venomous bottle, which we can pick up here. Also, there is kind of a exploration quest there, and we need to kill owl beasts, not only for the eggs, which we need for the cooking quest, but just generally. On top of that, whenever we are seeing one of those dogs, I think we're just going to kill it, because these here drop excellent rate food as well, just like the owl bears. The tender wolf meat as well as the giant eggs are making up for best in slot rate food. And whilst we're talking about buff food, might as well buff us. That's a good idea. We got the Zandalar. I want to take as much of its time as we possibly can. These guys here do have execute, so we gotta be careful. Luckily for us, we're heavily out leveling these guys, so we're good. Gotta take the skulls and put, I think, 20 of them on a pike, and then basically send a message to these guys here. So plenty to kill. The sending that grim message is also a quest from Tenaris. Yeah, it sucks a little bit that we couldn't really get a Zul'Farrak group going. But the problem is I'm raiding relatively often already throughout the evenings, so can't get into normal dungeon groups when other people are doing it. And during the night there isn't much we can do. People are just not playing. But what we can do from time to time is who 45 to say 52, and if we find a potential healer, we can still go. Any healer up for a Zul'Farrak run. Good. In the meantime, we're slapping these guys here. I really like to fight against a little bit lower level mobs. Just look at our kill speed. So good. Oh, one thing that I did is I finalized our first aid, so we're now able to create all of the bandages that we want. And once I do have a little bit more time, I think we also need to start upgrading engineering That's like one of those back burner projects. Never really had the time to do it. Next time we're in Orgrimmar and are not just fully world buffed, we can give it a go. I was focusing more on getting level 48, and there are also a couple of updates around that. So once you're 48, you can go into Dire Maul Terrace. I got this here, Tarnished Elven Ring, 1% hit ring, which is absolutely fantastic. So previous, we need, if we want to raid with this character, we will need around 9% hit. So equipment with plus hit is good. As an off tank, which will be our role at the beginning, we might get away with kind of 6% hit, but it shouldn't be much lower than that. Now I was thinking about going dagger tank, and surprisingly enough, daggers are actually quite viable when you are starting to tank. And the reason why they are so good is they are fast, which means you generate a lot of hits, and that generates a lot of threat. It's not so much about the actual damage, although that of course is a contributing factor. And there is one particular item in Dire Maul North that I would want to get with this character that increases the dagger skill. And weapon skills in this game kind of work like you're having a certain amount of skill in a weapon. You get 5 ranks per level. So on 48 we're now at 240 weapon skill, and the enemies have defense skills, and depending on their level they do have a higher or lower defense skill. And really the discrepancy between your weapon skill and their defense skill is the likelihood of you hitting, critting, crushing blow, glancing blow, and so on. So the bottom line is you want to be able to like hit cap so that you can also fight against skull enemies, which are considered to be 3+ levels above you. And then the idea is that you still want to hit them as often as possible, and that hit cap is 9%, for melees 8 point something, and that's really what you want to reach. So that's the whole story behind it. Thus hitting is incredibly valuable. It's by far the most valuable stat, and only when once you're hit capped, you're looking for crit and a couple of other stats. So that's the bottom line there. I also requested a few items from the guild bank that are currently chilling on the bank character, coming in kind of at around level 56, I think. And we also got a few items out of the chest in Dire Maul. So bottom line there is I think I have 4 or 5 items already that are all relatively good. So what do we want here? Place the Grim Message. We can do that once we do have enough skulls, meaning we need 2 more. And then we're good to go. And just look at how quick we went through 20 kills, right? So I'm just minding my own business, narrating a little bit about how warriors function, and it's not even 10 minutes in. 5 minutes of which we are fighting here, and we've already killed 20 enemies. It's crazy. Good. Placing the pike. Placing it here. And that solves problem number 1. Or task number 1. Now we're going to get a little bit of of food, I would both take the flanks of the wolves because I need raid food, and these guys are also XP, but I want to go for the eggs of these guys here, the owl beasts, and also we get them for a quest, so perfect win-win-win situation. That's the next big thing, just grinding these mobs down. The hinterlands are definitely one of those zones, right, where there's a lot of grind involved. So we're going to kill all of them. Then there is a trade in down here. The Azeroth in exile. Which gives us an additional quest, so we should definitely do that. And Prophet Jamal is another quest for the Sunken Temple. That's the one dungeon that I need to do, because the warrior by far has the best quest reward in the Sunken Temple of all classes. Every class has a class quest, and the warrior does have its class quest to get the trinket that allows him to heal, and that flask trinket, the iron flask or diamond flask, that is legit during raiding. It is unique. There is nothing else in the game that does it, and it is so good that people de facto have an entire healing set where they are getting plus healing gear so that that trinket heals them, because it's an additional source of healing, and you're essentially switching it in, using it, switching it out, done. That's the whole trick. Good. I would say I'm continuing to just grind down these owl beasts here, and once we are done with that, we're fast forwarding until such point where we are actually going to pick up the quests down there. That makes sense. I'm also, as you can see, not only grinding that, but I take the 10 wolf meat. We need these eggs, 10 for the quest. So there are a couple of things that we're grinding here. Some for raiding supplies, and some simply because there are various quests that we need to do. So fast forward. Alright, we're done with the farming. Got 10 eggs. Actually got 11 now that I think about it. Not too bad, we can always use them. And we got 17 tender wolf meat. That's the important part about it. Also got some stamina scrolls and a lot of other consumes. But it took more than half an hour. So yeah. We got a lot of XP out of it though. So matter of fact, grinding with world buffs, not the worst idea as a warrior. A little brain dead, but still fun. Alright, it says return to stone art. That would be in Swamp of Sorrows, right? Yeah, and then it's the Temple of Alakir. Okay, cool. Plus we get Jamal, so that's 2 quests already done. Unfortunately, I will also need to run this area here, the elite area, because I want the trinket. But that will have to wait until after Zul'Farrak. I would really love to do Zul'Farrak first, and then get the Ancient Egg quest here as well. So, next up, we got Cortello's Riddle that we could trade in. Neat, but first, let's do the Hinterlands Honey Ripple, which is really just getting... Wait, let me think about it. What are the quests here? Couple of elite ones, 20 owl beasts, skylords, stalkers, which we just killed, and then more trolls. But I know that there is a quest, I think in Undercity. Nah, it is an alliance quest. There's a quest for these guys here. Anyways, we just need to get the honey ripple. The positive part about these sludges is they don't run away, and typically they don't have a lot of patrolling areas as well. It's really just killing one at a time. The negative part is they just have a lot of hit points. So what exactly do I need to click here? Supply crates. Oh man, that's a long time that I did this quest. Oh nice, we got the distress beacon. I tell you what do we need to click here? I at least want to see one of those supply crates. Okay, that's how they look like, and we need 10 of them. Alright, fair enough. Got 40 minutes on the buff. I was about to say, how about we're finishing the 4 supply crates here, and then we're just doing this here. I think that's the right call. We have world buffs. I need to get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory anyways. Might as well do the escort quest now and pick up quests in the town. I think that's the right call. It's a hard one though. Let's see. Do we have anyone in this area? No, of course not. We're all alone, so no one would want to do that quest. But I think we can still do it. It's not the most difficult one. The Tenaris one claims that title. Good. There are quite a few ambushes that we will need to survive. And the biggest problem is that the chicken continues to run forward, so we don't have a lot of time. But I do have target dummies. I still do have all of the cooldowns. We should be fine. Last one, if I recall correctly, was like 3 or 4 enemies. And we even got some cheap food here. Right, so first I think ambush is happening here, and then there's another one here, and then one right down there. Cool part is if we can get all of those quests, we can still grind for a bit more food buffs and at the same time get some quests done, so that would really be an advantage. Okay, this one starts pretty tame. Careful not to get attacked by the stalkers. They are a little bit annoying, I might add. Soon, right in front of us, will be the first group. I think it just had this ambush and the second one. Like, it's 2 ambushes on this quest. There we go. First ambush, triple 46. Alright, let the chicken tank, and then we will go in. Alright, minimizing the damage. We're healing up. Okay, and this is a bit the problem. Chicken doesn't really stop. But we can and should eat up. Okay, not letting it get away too far. We're at 100%. Very nicely timed cycle, so maybe the next fight could get us a level up. Trying to keep my battle shout up, so trying to pull a random mob here, which shouldn't be too difficult because there are a couple of stealth wolves around, specifically here when the next ambush is happening. Alright, chicken should stop, yep. And we're using this as a rage mob. I want to start with 100 rage, or close to. Gotta use all of the tricks in the book. Got Warstomp back, that's good. Don't have fear yet, that's not so good. Full hit points though. Rage slowly decays. And the next trap. Let's pull the chicken away. These guys haven't aggroed yet, and the chicken will follow whatever we're fighting. So we're still fine technically. Are they despawning? No. They are not. There is the level up. There is unfortunately another enemy. But we squeezed through it. Haha, the tech. Okay, cool. Oh, that's an easy fix. Let's try to not get the chicken involved if possible. Okay, didn't even need to pot, no major cooldowns, nothing. No target dummy, we good. Very nice, level 49 boys, that's fantastic. So, after we traded that in, I'll just going to pick up all of the pommel port for the Booty Bay quest. And I'll trade in Cordello's Riddle because we need to get rid of as many of the quests that we currently have as possible. Good, we still have 30 minutes of world buff, which is good. I want to use that for grinding. Let me pick up the bottles and do the Cornelius quest real quick, and then we pick up new quests. Alrighty, so we were in the camp. I cleared a little bit of backspace, and there are just too many quests to pick all at once. So I made the executive decision of starting with doing the quests here at the harbor, and then we're going to do the rest of the quest. Boy, Hinterlands is ginormous, and I think I won't do a two-parter out of it, but I essentially will do as much as one session here can hold, and then I'll just play a little bit off screen. I think that's better than rushing kind of half-hearted through all of the quests. So when it comes to buffs, we have 24 minutes. There's one elite quest and Lard lost his lunch, both of which are actually more difficult than going up against like super high armor enemies like the Snapjaws. The trick here is just to sunder armor, and with minus 1.5k they are doable. They don't do much damage wise. Alright, Lard lost his lunch, difficult. You're on an island, kind of trapped. 3 enemies, not an easy quest. Potentially the type of quest where I'm going to use retaliation. And we just need a rage mob beforehand, so we're going to pick anything around the island. Basically get 100 rage. Nicely eat up, maybe stat food. Matter of fact, let's do that now. And then we're just going to kill the 3, get the lunch, and it's done. The second quest that I wanted to do is the, what's it called, Gamateramon, elite turtle that is running around here, the only aggressive turtle. And really the trick there is we're kiting it, and eventually we'll maybe use the guards in order to help us. So this Salt Snapper here looks like a perfect angle for a rage mob. So with rage mob, all I need is low damage, so that I from it, so that I can continue start hitting it. And I think a little bit of thunder is fine, not too much. There we go. We want to end up as close to 100 rage as possible. Alright, now we're eating, and then it's time for Lart's lost lunch. Okay, let's go. Good. Well used retaliation, just the type of cooldown that you want to use in this particular quest.
Health warning.
I'm not going to greet it, I'll just pot. It's fine.
Health warning.
Could have used fear and then just bandaged.
Health warning.
Good. We're not clicking it again because we got his lunch and we're done. 30-minute cooldown used and a pot. These guys are hitting hard and they do have execute, so I didn't want to drop low.
I'm out of range.
Good. Next up, let's get the elite. In order to do that, we need to get over, and of course, we're just going to kill a couple of snap draws on the way. There's a surprisingly effective way of swimming, charging in and then backpedaling. Almost as fast as if I would be just normally swimming, but we'll get kills on top of it. So all good. These guys deal 0 damage, but they have so much armor. And the problem with the elite turtle is it actually deals damage, but it still has a lot of armor. So the trick there is just to bring more damage. Good. Let me fast forward until we go to the elite. Alright, we're done with killing all of the turtles. Now there is just one turtle left. Gamarit. Let's go. This one is a bit more tricky. Luckily it can be hamstrung. All right. Keep up the stacks. Get the DPS help that I talked about. Make sure it doesn't deal too much damage. Wait for the execute range.
Health warning.
And voila. Done. Problem solved. This guy took a lot of beating. So let's trade in our quests. Lard lost his lunch. Got a nice box of goodies. Listen, that's all not bad. That's all not too bad. And then we got like 2 quests over here.
Me got the good stuff, man. BC. Stay away from the hoodoo.
The Net Pagel's Angler. That's the best, or one of the best fishing poles in the entire game. But a great Nether Essence is also pretty damn good. Alright, I think that is pretty much it from my end today. I think I'll level a little bit more off stream. And we leave Psych and Stomps at level 49 with a few more quests to do here. Things are going very much in our direction. Let's hope that we can get another group for the content here and for Zul'Farrak as soon as possible. Thanks a lot for watching and see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.